Hello Internet, hello and welcome to the Dota 2 patch overview video for the 19th of September 2013. This is the big First Blood patch that hopefully makes up for all of the lackluster patches over the past few weeks. And it covers pretty much everything. We've got gameplay changes, UI updates, community updates. The economy has been changed, we've got technical issues that have been fixed, visual updates, audio updates. The hero builds have seen some changes, local play has been added into the game. So has Captain's Draft, a new game mode. Workshop has had Abaddon added, and of course some updates to the Mac and Linux clients. We're going to cover most of it, however, I don't consider audio fixes and Mac and Linux fixes and technical fixes to be all that noteworthy. Just because of the sheer amount of content in this patch, this video is going to be much longer than the other patch overview videos as it is. And I'm not really all that interested in all of these audio fixes and Mac and Linux fixes. It's just mostly taking care of bugs. We're not going to cover that. If you are curious about it though, link down in the description to Cyborg Matt's blog, you can just read it up over there. I'm not going to mention it though. Anyway, let's get started. Gameplay changes, long awaited and long desired. Finally here they come, and you're probably gonna be disappointed. The neutral creeps now use cast times and animations, so no more Kamehameha into instant triple kill steal from a neutral. Yay! Honestly, that always looked weird. I'm quite glad that they finally fixed that. Also, upgraded items can be disassembled within 10 seconds of their combine, which is to prevent Vanguard instead of Bloodstone if you've got a shield. Yes, mostly because of that. Which also leads us to another thing, Fix being able to instantly toggle armlet on and off. Some of you already penning were like, Baumi, you cannot toggle armlet anymore. No, you can still toggle armlet, don't worry. It's just there to fix an abuse. And for this abuse, people assigned one hotkey to 2 actions, which would be 2 times armlet. So essentially, they could toggle the armlet instantly with only 1 button press. This made it impossible to kill that person with dot damage, and just generally really difficult to take them out at all. Taking that out of the game is a good thing for everybody. Especially me, because I can now upload man touches again without getting accused of armlet scripting. Yeah. Talking about abuses, the patch fountain hook has been removed from the game. The hook will always go back to the initial position of patch. Which, okay, I honestly never thought of it as an abuse, but we all saw in the international just how big of an impact that can actually have, and with how little risk you're actually playing. I guess that's the main problem, because there's really no risk involved for the patch other than missing his hook, but even if that happens, he can always TP back into the fight and be there anyway. So yeah, I'm actually quite glad that they removed that, though I would have really loved to do it myself. Like, can we not just remove it in competitive games and keep it in regular games? That would be fantastic. And last but not least, we've got Medusa in Captain's mode. Now, I don't know enough about balance to say if that's gonna have any impact, but I know that she's an annoying bitch to go up against in pub games, because that ultimate, like, that's really terrible. So much for gameplay. Next up is something much more interesting. Local play has been added into Dota 2. Now, sad enough, you still need to be online to play local play in Dota 2, but that's completely reasonable. I get that. That's an anti-piracy measure. That's okay. Cool, I get it. However, just the fact alone that we finally get local play again is freaking fantastic. I love everything about this. Because sometimes if you're at a LAN party, well, everybody got a little bit of internet, a tiny little bit of internet, but not enough for everybody to go online and play Dota at the same time. But we've got enough internet to log into Steam and log onto Dota, and then we can host a local game and play together anyway. Which, this is fantastic. All we need now is custom maps. Custom maps, next, Wolf, please, custom maps. Another addition to the game is a new game mode called Captain's Draft. Now, Captain's Draft is essentially random draft with 2 bans for each team at the start of the game. Other than that, it's the exact same thing. You get 24 heroes to choose from, 8 strength, 8 agility and 8 intelligence heroes, and then everybody bans 1, and then another 1, and then another 1, and then another 1, and then you go 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1 in terms of picking. Yeah, It's my favorite game mode, by the way. I freaking love this mode. When I first learned that I don't have it in Dota, I was like, what the hell? This mode is absolutely fantastic, and I encourage all of you to go and play it. It may seem random, but it actually requires a lot of skill. I love it. I really do love it. The only thing I can criticize about it, and I'm going to, is the interface, because currently it is terrible. Another thing that is slightly annoying is that the bots are horrible cheaters and completely ignore the mode. Wolf, please fix, please. But no, seriously, play the mode. It's great. I love it. Another new feature is the option of choosing a language for guides. Previously, you just had all kinds of guides flying around, and some of them were in Russian, some of them were in French, some of them were in German, and you just had to pick the ones that you understood. From now on, you've got a filter which allows you to select a language, and then it's only going to present you guides in that language. Same thing the other way around, of course. While writing a guide, you will need to select the language in which you are writing it in, so people can look that up. And we're gonna keep going with the new additions. Another new thing is the Armory. Now this is gonna replace your backpack, and essentially it is your backpack except with a little bit more space in it, 720 spots as opposed to 640, and also with the ability to filter your items. Now you can have 5 of those filters active at a time, and well, I don't know, it's pretty self-explanatory. You can choose a huge variety of options for this. I for one managed to create a filter that only gave me items with the quality of vintage, with a rarity greater than immortal, a league pass, it has to be a league pass, and it has the description matching the substring balls. Sadly enough, I don't have such an item, but if I had, I would find it using those filters. Yes, you can also directly search for items using search terms, but yeah, so that's nice. I actually like this a lot. I think this is pretty sweet. Not sure if it's the most useful, if I'm completely honest, but hey. Talking about items and economy, Morph changed the way item drops in-game work. Before they changed this, everybody just had the same chance for rare items, mythical items, common items, whatever. Except for me, I only drop common items and all of the same items over and over again. But that doesn't matter. I'm not mad. No, but they changed it in such a way that you now have a higher chance of dropping better items if your in-game level is higher. Now, I'm not sure if I agree with this. Now, I of course think it's fantastic for me because I'm like level 80 or something, so yay, items, I guess. But I don't know if this is a good way to get people to start playing the game, because it will discourage newer players, right? Imagine this, if a new player drops a mythical item on his first run, he's like, oh yeah, that's so awesome. But on the other side, if they only keep on dropping boring commons that nobody cares about over and over again until they played 100 games, well, are they really gonna use that as a motivation to play 100 games? Not sure about this, Wolf. Not sure about this. On the other side, this will make rare items, of course, more valuable, which then again is a benefit to the long-term players, and I guess a motivation to players to keep on playing. I still can't agree with this. I think it's really weird. I don't know why they would do it, but okay, it's been done. It's been done and there's nothing I can do about it. Also, talking about item drops will now not be every item to ever have existed. No, instead it's gonna be a selection of items that's going to rotate through. So it's basically like magic, I guess. New cards come in, you only play with the new cards, and we slowly disregard the old ones. And we move on to UI. Now, first of all, while playing Captain's Mode and Captain's Draft, you now got the option of choosing a captain as opposed to it always being blue or pink, which I guess is pretty sweet. Another new thing is if you are in-game and you alt-click, basically ping one of the hero portraits up at the top, you will call that hero missing. So if one of the enemies is missing, just alt-click that up top and you're gonna notify everybody, and you should, because otherwise I am going to die and not you, and you should feel bad about that. And two more things. You can make your Dota profile private, which as a result also makes your Steam profile private. I guess that's nice. I don't really know why you would do that, but you can. Also, control groups are now persistent throughout games, and they are assigned to specific heroes. So if, for example, I'm playing Lycan and I assign my wolves to hotkey 1, and I then play Lone Druid and I assign my bear to hotkey 1, and I then play Lycan again, I'm still gonna have the wolves hotkeyed to 1, and if I then play Lone Druid again, I'm gonna still have my bear hotkeyed to 1 or 2 or 9 or whatever the hell you want to hotkey him to. So that's pretty fantastic. I actually like that a lot. And yeah, that's just one of those minor things you can add to a game to make it really, really great. In terms of visual updates, we've got a new portrait for Phantom Assassin, which makes everything a little bit brighter. You can see the new portrait on the right. There was also a new Luna model for a very short amount of time. However, they reverted that change, so I did not include it in here because we're gonna talk about it once it is actually gonna get implemented into the game. We also got mild visual updates to the Satyr Trickster's Purge, the Satyr Tormentor's Shockwave, and the Enraged Wildking's Tornado. Now there are more animation updates, but those are unreleased and are not gonna get released with this patch, which is why we are not going to cover them. We're gonna cover them once they actually get implemented into the game. Same for some cosmetics, which we're gonna get to in a second, but I want to quickly mention a new unreleased game mode, which is called Auto Draft. You can force it in the task client, you cannot actively play it, but it essentially is a less random, all random is what I would call it. Basically, both teams get teams that are auto-picked from the game, and the game tries to somewhat balance it with supports and carries, and basically rolls 5-1 in both teams. Something along these lines, but yeah. Less random, all random. I like that mod, I just wanted to quickly mention it. We're gonna talk about it in detail once it actually gets released. Anyway, let's move on. And we move on to cosmetics. This of course includes the new announcer pack, Lada's announcer pack, which is just absolutely fantastic, and I want to show some of that to you. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave and I'm just going to play the GLaDOS announcer pack in the background of the cosmetics going on the screen, which is the last thing we have to cover today anyways. And yeah, so I hope you enjoy it. I might actually pick it up. I'm not quite sure if I like it more than Bastion yet, but it's definitely up there. Like, it's absolutely fantastic. Just take a look yourself.
Thanks to you. That's bad, by the way. I honestly, truly didn't think you'd allow that to happen. You're allowed to defend those, you know, because of poor decisions. Yours, most likely. Just abandon. No one will even notice, because someone, I'm talking about you here, doesn't know what they're doing. What counts is that you tried. So maybe do that next time. There are no handicaps on this match, by the way. You can stop them from doing that. If you were saving your real strategy for a crisis, now would be the time. That outfit you're wearing looks stupid. That's not me talking. It's right here in your file. When other people play that hero, it looks fine. But right here, a scientist has noted that when you play, it looks stupid. Grief counseling will be available at the conclusion of the match. But on the bright side, I just won. Money. Gambling money. By betting against you. But we're all winners here. Especially those players over there. In the enemy camp. You know, the ones celebrating. Interesting strategy. Let them obliterate all your defenses. Then swoop in for the kill. That doesn't mean you have to like it. It just means you'll probably keep doing it. Because of your aptitude at failure. But don't worry. Losing builds character. In fact, it's making you a better person right now. A great big well-rounded loser with lots of personality. But looking at it another way, I think you've won a real moral victory here. Which doesn't mean we should forget about the first way. The more accurate and humiliating way. But it's not a big loss, really. It's one in a series of very small losses over a 45-minute time span that, when added up, will look like one big spectacular failure. Well, nobody will hold it against you. Let's be honest, I doubt anyone will even find it surprising. Now you're really in for it. I can't even begin to describe how badly you've screwed this up.
And the last thing we want to talk about today is materials updates for Ember Spirit and the Wrath King. Now, the Ember Spirit is a hero that is yet to come. If you don't know what he does, I recommend watching my Dota 2 Heroes Yet to Come series. It's somewhere on YouTube on my channel. I'm pretty sure you can find it very easily. It's one of my most viewed videos. I'm super excited for Xin. Xin is absolutely fantastic. Probably my second favorite hero from the old Dota 1 and has not been ported to Dota 2 yet. With, okay, of course, the first being Legion Commander, but this order is perfect for me because we're gonna see the Legion Commander next, and I assume the Ember Spirit after that. Great. I just hope that it's gonna be sometime soon. We also got materials for the Wrath King. Now, the Wrath King is not a hero from Dota. It could be a renamed Dota hero. That is very much possible. But we don't really know that. A safer assumption to make is that he is a hero for the Diatide event, or not necessarily hero, but more like enemy or NPC, something along these lines. Since Halloween is coming up in about a month's time and Wolf is really adamant about those Halloween events, I wouldn't be surprised if it's something regarding that. Anyways, I think we are done here today. This patch is set to be released on the 23rd of September 2013. It is already available on the test site if you want to take a look at it. But be excited for First Blood. Fancy name, isn't it? I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to leave a rating on the video. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. I upload daily Dota 2 content. And yeah. I guess that's it. So hope you enjoyed the video and see you tomorrow. Bye.